lesson, not for discussion. We play with drums like shit is percussion. Stay with a hammer like this is construction. Drink too much Henny, might shoot up.
Yo, what's good YouTube, man? It's Clutch. We're back out with another video, man. Today's video, I got you guys with the best lockdown defender build in NBA 2K23. Now, this definitely is a very good build. It is a lockdown defender, so I think this build can guard pretty much any position besides like big centers, like 7'3" centers, obviously, because this build's going to be too small. But how often do you guys go against that in like the park 3s or 2s? Not very often. And obviously with this kind of build, you're not going to be playing paint defense. You're just going to be guarding the on-ball player. Whoever has ball, this player is going to be guarding, and most of the time it's going to be a 6'9" or even 6'1" guard, which this build can easily keep up with. So we are going to be making this build a small forward. Honestly, for this kind of build, I would either make it a shooting guard or a small forward. Definitely don't want to make it a point guard because obviously you want your point guard to be the point guard. So I'll say shooting guard or small forward is pretty good. But for me, when I think of lockdown defender, I think of small forward. So I'm going to be making him a small forward, and this other stuff obviously doesn't matter. That is personal preference. Now moving on to the height, man, we're making the build 6'7". And the reason for that is because if you go 6'8" or 6'9", you do lose the ability to get your 99 steal and your Hall of Fame clamps. At 6'7", you get Hall of Fame clamps, you get Hall of Fame challenger, you get Hall of Fame interceptor, and Hall of Fame glove, which I feel are very essential to being a lockdown defender. I mean, you could make this build 6'8", but the only thing is you're only getting those badges gold. So you're only getting gold intercept, gold glove, gold clamps, and gold challenger, which is not bad. But I think you're better off making it 6'7" because you're actually, if you're locked and you have all those defensive badges on Hall of Fame. We're doing minimum weight because you want to be as fast as possible. We're going max wingspan. Obviously, you need max wingspan to play the lanes and just be able to play good defense. Now, moving on to the attributes, man, make sure you guys do copy it down just like this. So we do have 12 finishing badges. We got a 78 layup, we got an 80 driving dunk for quick drops, and we have a 45 standing dunk, which does give you all your good under the basket dunks. Now with this kind of build, we do have 12 finishing badges, but as you guys know, for quick drops, you need limitless takeoff, which is a tier 3 badge. So you are going to have to put your +4 badges that you get for becoming a starter in my career onto finishing, because you need 16 finishing badges to get limitless takeoff for your quick drops, which is definitely essential. So make sure you guys do put your +4 onto finishing so you can get your quick drops. Now moving on to shooting, man, we do have a 69 mid-range, which does give us an extra badge point. Not many people really shoot mid-ranges nowadays, but having a 70 mid-range is definitely all you need to shoot consistently from the mid-range. And we do have an 83 three-pointer. I was going to give 85. Now you could get an 85 three-pointer, but the reason why I did 83 is because I wanted to put the speed up. But as you guys see, 83 gives you silver agent 3s. You still get bronze limitless. You get catch and shoot gold, corner specialist, claymore, all good badges you would need for a lockdown, because as a lockdown defender, obviously you're probably going to be playing 2s or 3s, but most of the time you're going to be spotting up in the corner. So that's the main reason why I did decide to sacrifice the silver limitless range, because like I said, this build most of the time is just going to be sitting corner, so you don't really need silver limitless range. You're not going to be shooting from that deep, and if it does pull you out of the three-point line a little bit, bronze limitless range should be definitely more than enough, just in case, like I said, if you have to shoot a little bit deeper behind the three-point line. And I'll show you guys something else. Now if you do want the 85 three-pointer, stay tuned. I'll show you how to get that later on in the video. Now moving on to playmaking, man, we have 10 playmaking badges. We have a 70 pass accuracy. That is all you need to be able to throw good passes, honestly, especially if you're not a guard. Now if you're a guard, I'd recommend, well, it depends what you're playing. If you're playing 2s or 3s, 70 pass accuracy is more than enough. But if you're playing Pro-Am or Rec Center, I would say 75, 80 to 85 is a good pass accuracy. I would say at the bare minimum for Rec Center or something like that, 75 for you get LeBron James pass style. But like I said, if you're playing 2s or 3s, honestly I think 70 is good enough. And since you're not a primary ball handler, you don't need super high pass accuracy. We do have a 70 ball handle. I mean, I could have not even touched this to begin with. I feel like with any build in general, you definitely need a little bit of ball handling, because if you have like a 30 ball handle, you're going to get ripped like crazy every time you have the ball. And in case you ever need to create some offense, 70 ball handle does give you the LeBron hopback, the size up escape package. So if you need to create your own shot because your guard's getting boxed or something like that, you can easily do that with your 70 ball handle. Plus you get bronze quick first step, which actually does help. You'd be surprised. That definitely does help. Now moving on to defense, man, obviously this is a lockdown defender type build. This build's going to have insane defense. You have a 77 interior defense. Now here's the main thing, the reason why I did 77 interior is because that is the minimum interior defense you could go to get rim protector takeover, which I think is essential. Having rim protector and lockdown takeover, you're going to be a menace on the floor. So you definitely want that 77 interior. That's the minimum you could go so you get your rim protector takeover. Now moving on to perimeter defense, we do have a 97, which is insane. Like I said, you're a pure lockdown. You need that to be able to guard every single guard, especially if you're going against little 6'1" guards. That is definitely going to help you. You have Hall of Fame clamps, Hall of Fame challenger. And plus you have a 97 lateral quickness, because perimeter defense and lateral quickness is the exact same thing. So that is insane. Nobody's going to blow past you. You have Hall of Fame clans. You're going to be able to bump people like nothing. Plus, you have Hall of Fame Challenger, which will allow you to get crazy contests. Now, you do have the 99 Steel, which is the main reason why I went 6'7". Obviously, that gives you your Hall of Fame Glove and your Hall of Fame Interceptor, which I think are very key badges for a lockdown defender. I just feel like it's right, man. If you're a pure lockdown, you have to have all these badges on Hall of Fame. That's why I went 6'7", and plus this build can guard pretty much any position on the game. Besides like a really big center, you probably can guard, I'd say, up to like 6'10", 6'11". Anything taller than that, you probably will get baby in the paint. But even then, you still do have silver anchor, so I think you should be fine. Now, we do have an 87 block. Like I said, that does give you silver anchor, which is more than enough to be able to defend the paint at a high level. Plus, you have rim protector, takeover, 77 interior defense. Unfortunately, as you guys can see, Hall of Fame Chasedown costs an 88 block. As you guys see, it costs an 88 block. Unfortunately, on a 6'7", you can only get an 87 block, which kind of does suck. But I mean, gold Chasedown and silver anchor is definitely still more than enough. Now, we do have a 70 offensive rebound. Now, to be honest, you don't really need it this high, but I think it's good to have just in case your guard misses. You have the peace of mind knowing you can get an offensive rebound. And we have an 85 defensive. Obviously, that gives us our silver rebound chaser. Now, 70 offensive with silver rebound chaser should be more than enough. Same with 85 defensive. Plus, we have very high vertical on this build. That'll definitely be enough to be able to grab plenty of rebounds with this kind of build. Now, we do have an 86 speed. Now, usually on most of my builds, I usually go higher acceleration than speed. But if you guys didn't know, speed is very, very important for your off-ball defense, especially since you're a lockdown defender. If you need to make any rotations or switches, having an 86 speed will be way more than enough to be able to keep up with anybody. Especially if you're going against a 6'1" guard, you'll be able to clamp them like nothing because you're so fast. Plus with Gym Rat, or if you do your Gatorade workouts, 86 plus 4, you're going to have a 90 speed with Gym Rat. So you're going to be able to keep up with anybody. Those 6'1" guards aren't going to be a problem with this build because you have an 86 speed, which, like I said, is very important for your off-ball defense and your rotations, or if you're switching, playing sides on screens, anything like that. Definitely need to have good speed. Acceleration, this is more for dribbling the ball, honestly. I don't think you really need high acceleration on this type of build. Now, you obviously don't want to put it to the minimum. 80 acceleration is still going to be more than enough. I think in this instance, speed is more important just because you're a lockdown defender. Now, we do have a 52 strength. That doesn't really matter, honestly. Now, we do have an 84 vertical, which is very key, I think. You're probably wondering, why did I put the vertical so high? For the main things is I want to be able to get a lot of blocks. You need good vertical to be able to get pretty good blocks. So I went 84 vertical. Plus, to get rebounds, this definitely does help you a lot. That is super high vertical. You're definitely going to be snagging all those rebounds. You'll be able to fly and get those chase down blocks. I think with the lockdown defender, you definitely want to have high vertical. In case you get beat, if you have high vertical, you'll easily be able to get those chase downs. Plus, you'll be able to jump over people because you have such a high vertical for those rebounds. And a 95 stamina, that's pretty much all you need. With Gym Rat, that is a 99 stamina. And as you guys see, here's the badge layout. You got 12 finishing badges, you got 17 shooting, you got 10 playmaking, and 29 defensive. Like I said, this build is pretty solid. You're getting quick drops. Just make sure you guys do put your +4 badges that you get for becoming a starter in my career onto finishing, so you get your quick drops and your silver limitless takeoff. 17 shooting badges is more than enough. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Here's the thing. Now, if you guys do want that silver limitless rage 85 3-pointer, here's what you guys could do. I don't really recommend it personally. I personally don't really recommend you do this, but what you guys could do is you could drop your speed to an 81, and then you could put your 3-pointer to an 85. That right there will give you your silver limitless range, but I feel like with this build, you're a corner spot up. You're not really going to be shooting from that deep, so I don't think you really need an 85 3-pointer, and I think the speed is definitely more important for this build. So personally, I think I'm going to leave it like this, like I said, but if you do want that silver limitless range, drop your speed to an 81, and then you get that 85 3-pointer. But I want this build to be able to play the best defense possible, and especially if you're going to get 6'1" guards. So if you guys play stage 3s, that's pretty much all you're going to play is small little guards. Having that 86 speed +4 with the Gym Rat at 90 speed, you'll be able to keep up with them no problem. Now, if you have an 81 speed, that's not bad, but if you go against a 6'1" guard, you still probably will get beat. Not with the 90 speed, though. 90 speed, you'll easily be able to keep up. So I highly recommend you make it just like this. Now, moving on to takeovers, man, we get sharpshooter, lockdown, and rim protector. And that's the reason why I told you guys to put your interior defense to a 77. That gives you rim protector takeover. Personally, I'm going to run rim and lockdown takeover so you can defend the paint and the perimeter really good. 83 3-pointer is definitely more than enough to shoot. You don't really need sharp take on this kind of build. Now, if you're worried about shooting, put on sharp take. But personally, I want to be able to play really good defense, so I'm going to run rim and lockdown takeover. And as you guys see, man, this build is similar to Gerald Wallace, OG Anunoby, and Mikal Bridges. It is called a 3&D wing. But that's pretty much it, man. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, man. And I'm out.